Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the African keto diet. So today I'm going to be showing you a way I have found out that I use in enjoying butter. A way that I found out that I can get my fat in, that I can actually enjoy eating butter. Like sometimes when you make keto bread, you don't know what to eat with it. Maybe you just want a bread and butter kind of recipe, which is my favorite, especially the agege bread. But I can have that. So I devised the way of making my keto butter so that I will be able to enjoy it more with my bread. This is actually I think coconut bread and cheese. So I just make the butter to look like margarine. I make it to look like margarine. I don't like it melting, but it's melted. I don't like it melting. I like it in its form when I use it. So I'm going to show you how I do this in case you are in the ketogenic, and maybe you're looking for a way to get more fat into your diet, and then you don't really like coffee like I do. This is one of the ways. So let's get down to it. The things we need for I call it my whipped coconut, my whipped butter, and my whipped coconut oil and butter. I think that's better. My whipped coconut oil and butter, because I'm not just gonna do butter. I use that excuse to add in some coconut oil or maybe avocado oil. So we're going to start with butter of our choice. This is the weather is really hot, so this is Kerrygold butter at room temperature. You can see it has basically, this is not melted, I'll call this dissolved. It has basically dissolved. But you can use grass-fed, you can use store brand, but if you're using salted butter, I will advise you not to add salt, because I actually add salt to this mixture. So I will advise you to make salt one of the last things you're gonna use. I'm using 1 Kerrygold, and then let's see. I like making a batch when I make this because I use it a lot. So the ingredients we need for this, my whipped coconut oil and butter, or maybe whipped coconut, whipped avocado oil and butter, depending on what you want to whip it with, is of course your butter, if it's grass-fed, if it's whatever you can afford. I have all this butter here, I use them. Your salt, pig salt, sea salt, salt, just use salt, but it's optional. Some people might just like it the plain, the way their butter comes plain, fine. I'm using xanthan gum, some vanilla flavor. Sweetener is optional, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. My MCT oil powder, it's on flavor. This is from Now Keto, but you can use you can skip it if you don't want, or you can use what is it called, maybe MCT oil. I'm also going to use coconut oil to the mix. So these are the things we have. Like this, I don't really have a specific measurement. I just add them as I want and taste them as I go along. But for this is like basically 1.5 tablets, or is it bar of butter. I'm going to add maybe about 200 grams of coconut oil, but you can add more or as little as you want. I'm basically just gonna add half of this. My sea salt. Okay, it's not salted. My sea salt. Half a teaspoon of zeytin gum. One tablespoon of MCT oil powder, by now KETO. It's optional. Your sweetener to taste, but you can omit if you don't want it sweet. Your sweetener to taste. And some vanilla flavor, but at this point you can choose either, maybe let's use about a tablespoon. At this point you can choose to use either vanilla flavor or maybe a little cinnamon. Okay, so, and we're also going to use some water. So I'm going to be adding the water a little at a time. Remember, when this goes back into the fridge, it's going to go back to its natural butter and coconut oil state. So the water is going to help soften it. The zeytin gum is going to help emulsify the oil and the water together. And then you have something that looks like basically like kind of a margarine texture, okay? Look at that. That looks so beautiful. It's beautiful, it's true. So you taste for maybe your salt or whatever you add, or you want to add more. That's good. Not too sweet, not too salty. I don't have too much vanilla in it. It's just a little sweet, just mild. You know, like you have the salt, just mild. This is what it looks like. So creamy, so creamy. With the butter and everything in it, you won't even taste the coconut oil. But I have my whipped coconut butter here that I'm almost running out of. I would have used it in on this one, but I just wanted this one to just be more of zero carb, because the coconut cream contains some form of carbohydrate in it. So this is how I make my whipped coconut oil and butter. I use this for basically most things. I could just boil some eggs and dip it in. I use it as a dip. I could take some portion, blend it with maybe mayonnaise, season it, you know, use it on a savory pancake. I could I'm trying to see if I can make a recipe on chicken pancake. You know, for those days you want to go more on less carb. You want to cut down more on the carb. Maybe you've had too much carb for breakfast. You want to have food that has less carb because you have met your carbohydrate macro for the day. You might want to do other things that contains less carb, and this also helps you meet your fat requirements in case you need to put in more fat and you don't know what to do. You can also take this and add to your bulletproof coffee. You can also add it to your bulletproof coffee. Next, after this, we're going to make iced bulletproof coffee. The weather is really hot. That is what the body needs. Thank you for watching. Until I come your way again, please like, share, subscribe. This is OB Martha, the African Keto Diet Mama. Bye.